What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity. I hope you guys are doing well. What you saw there is the average time it takes to just run through the menus post-game. This game is all fluff and zero substance. It can be proven with just that endgame screen, or it can be proven by this Wildcat tweet. Allowing MW2 items to carry over in MW3 is so ass. I got impossible to see Groot skins running around with TAC 56s, and all of my guns have literally 300 plus attachments. There's like 70 red dot sights. It's too much. Yep, that's what Modern Warfare 3 is. It's too much. I've talked about this before, but Call of Duty used to be simplistic. It used to be simple. And now what they've done is they've overcomplicated everything. They've jammed as much content in with no substance behind it. There's all of these attachments, but none of them really do anything. Like, let's be real here. How many attachments are you really using? How many different attachments are you trying out on every single gun? You're not really trying any out. You're just swapping between the one or two you actually like, and that's it. Because it's all about fluff. It's not about substance. It's not about good game design. It's not about having good options. It's all about just flooding the market with as many options as possible and making it seem like there's a ton to do in the game when in reality there isn't. If the quality of the game was better, I don't think that I'd have such a problem with this. But because the quality of the game is failing in so many different ways, spawns, skill-based matchmaking, the servers, all of this and more, it's just showing to be such a huge problem. If you narrowed it down, if you simplified it, if you made it so each gun only had 6-7 attachments, the game would actually have some more time to breathe. The player wouldn't be focusing so much on watching every single YouTube video to figure out which attachments are best for which gun. Instead, they'd be able to experiment. There's no humanly possible way to experiment with every single option that's available to you, and that's not adding a layer of gameplay depth. That's just confusing the player. That's just adding fluff into the game to make it seem like the game is deep, when in reality, it's not. Modern Warfare 3 does not have depth. It is a surface level game. That's what Call of Duty's always been. Stop trying to make it deeper than it is, okay? This isn't some book of sonnets. It's literally a picture book. Make it simple. Make it so everybody can pick up and play it. The ease of access, no impediments, no barriers to entry. That's what Call of Duty should be. But unfortunately, what we've been seeing over the last several years is they've included more and more impediments to the success of this game. And the more and more barriers to entry are more and more barriers to success. When it comes to carrying things over from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, I'm very indifferent about it. I don't really care. Would I have loved to see Modern Warfare 3 try to thrive on its own without having Modern Warfare 2 cosmetics, without having Modern Warfare 2 guns? Yeah, maybe I'd like to see that game. Maybe I'd like to see what that game could accomplish. Maybe I'd enjoy that grind. Because as it stands right now, I'm forcing myself to use Modern Warfare 3 weapons when I have my arsenal of Modern Warfare 2 weapons. I could use the M4, I could use the TAC 56, I could use the Vaznev. These are available to me, but I'd rather try some of the new weapons out. And honestly, them being in day one is kind of a detriment to the grind to Modern Warfare 3. And I just don't really understand the full decision behind it. I get it that you want people to be able to carry their cosmetics over because you're tired of being called a shady company, because you literally shut down everybody else's cosmetics from the original Warzone. But anyways, despite that, I just don't know if it necessarily works. The game is just nonsense throughout. You know, you've got trees running around, you've got animals running around, you've got just a plethora of people glowing. Like, it's just a lot on the eyes. And frankly, a lot of the lighting choices on some of these maps isn't very good either. There's a lot of things here that are the problem with Modern Warfare 3. But when it comes back to the substance of the game, when it comes back to the feel, the depth of the game, it just seems as if they just went with shove as much as they can into the game to make it seem like there's a lot to do. Look at all the different operators that are available. Look at all the different attachments. Look at all this. Look at all that. It's still a chore, man. The armory challenges make this game an absolute chore. You can throw in as much content as you want. The problem is, a lot of it isn't unlockable by actually playing the game. A lot of it you have to purchase, and because of that, it just restricts my incentive or my drive to grind this game out. And the fact that you brought in Modern Warfare 2 weapons, once again, decreases that drive and that incentive even further. I'm just not as invested into Modern Warfare 3 as I feel somebody should be a week into the game's life cycle. A week in the game's life cycle, I should still be in the honeymoon stage. I should be all rah, go Modern Warfare 3, one of the best Call of Duty games ever. And instead, all I can see is all the negatives because the gameplay just isn't there. And honestly, all these negatives would be a lot less poignant if the gameplay was better. If the game straight up was better. And unfortunately, that's not where we're at right now. We're at a game that desperately needs help, a game that desperately needs saving. And unfortunately, what we're going to get instead is just more and more fluff. More and more, look at all the cool things we added that add nothing to the actual value of the game. Nothing that adds to the value of the gameplay. And that's the real problem here. And that's where my line in the sand has to be drawn, is that I'm very much over this whole concept of Modern Warfare 3 being this direct sequel. I'm very much over them being confined to the constraints of Modern Warfare 2. It shows every time you boot up the game in Call of Duty HQ. It shows every time you look at the same menus. It shows every single time you hop in to Modern Warfare 3. Any match you play, it all has that same feeling that Modern Warfare 2 had, where it's a game with zero substance. And it just is more and more apparent the more and more I play Modern Warfare 3. And like I said, that opening clip of just the post-game nonsense should tell you everything you need to know. The game cares more about being flashy, being in your face, than actually having good core gameplay moments behind it. And yeah, this game can deliver good gameplay moments here and there, but they're not as frequent. They're not as dopamine inducing as they used to be. You don't get that same shot of serotonin directed into your veins every single time you go on a nice kill streak, because you're completely bombarded with visual diarrhea every time you step into a Call of Duty lobby. And that's the real issue here, is that the game doesn't feel the same because they've completely erased the identity of it. They've completely destroyed whatever sentimental value you had towards Call of Duty. It's not there anymore. The Call of Duty that we grew up, fell in love with, and have grown up with is gone. And in its place is this mess of a game that's trying to be Fortnite, but at the same time trying to be Call of Duty, but at the same time trying to be Apex, but at the same time trying to be Siege. It doesn't know what it wants to be. And that's the problem. There's so little depth here. There's so little substance. But instead, in its place, in exchange, all we get is a bunch of fluff. The game lacks identity. It lacks a core feeling you have when you boot it up. I'm playing this game solely for content, not for personal enjoyment. That's where we're at. The game is a week and a couple days old. That's not how Call of Duty should be. So yeah, that's all I got for today's video. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think there is an overwhelming amount of just stuff in the game that doesn't add anything to the core gameplay experience? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.